So I recently came across this one reel on Instagram where they were showing how smooth the Vande Bharat train is by placing 3 glasses. 2 glass से पानी नहीं गिर रहा था नीचे क्योंकि इतना smooth चल रहा था. But the truth is that the reality of train travel is very different, and the way majority of our people travel is pathetic to say the least. अगर आप कभी general compartment का train like bogie में घुसते हो, that's when you realize how dirty it is, how the majority of our people are forced to travel in this country. So one of my favorite vloggers, he goes by the name Bald and Bankrupt on YouTube. He posted a video recently where he takes a general class trip from Siliguri to I think Guwahati or Cooch Behar, like one of these places, and that really brings into perspective how really horrible things are. And to solve this, of course, you need money to upgrade these trains. Money is one thing, but then what's really needed is like a tad bit of empathy. Like without empathy, you can never solve like a plight that people have to go through. Like I'll just quickly show you guys what I'm really talking about. And this guy has got a lot of hate even before for showing the reality of what our people go through. Dude, I don't even know if it's recording or not.
General. Oh, someone's just thrown a plastic bag out
There
the
you
window. They've just thrown it out the window. This lady here. There you go. Look, as soon as the train pulls in, all the litter comes out. Oh my god. People just throw things out the window. They don't care. Just out the window. There's up this hill. Just commenting about the plastic bags being thrown out the window. We should keep India tidy. Our people just throw plastic bags out the window.
Yeah, that is understanding
You
everything.
should do it a bit better, I think. But anyway, absolutely, you're comfortable. Yeah, it's gentleman.
But what is the obsession with immediately having to throw like your garbage out the window? I was just like thinking about it. Like in flights they have these safety demonstrations. Like in a similar way, if imagine like in trains, like each bogie has some people assigned, right? Like who are going to collect garbage, who are going to give you water and stuff like that. Imagine in trains if they also prompt you regarding what you're supposed to do with your trash. ठीक है, खत्म हो गया तो आप अपने पास रखो अंदर में. We will come and collect it. You don't need to throw it outside.
Sure. General class,
Okay, so these guys also go to Cooch Behar where there's this really famous Rajbadi or a palace, and of course, as usual, see what happens at that point.
Look at this.
Yeah, there you go.
Ticket office. Not allowed? Not allowed.
क्यों? Like camera क्यों नहीं allowed है? Most of the places you go to, I don't know, there's this fear of cameras in India. Like कहीं भी जाओ, no cameras, not allowed. क्यों भाई? मतलब it's a tourist destination, क्यों नहीं allowed होगा? क्या होगा कैमरा से?
But when we got there, they said there's no videography allowed. We've got to leave our camcorders at the desk. But this is it. Had a big speech planned about the history of the area, the British history and the Indian history. But because we're not allowed to film it, there's no point going in.
You lost 2 tourists because camera नहीं allowed है. Some of these rules really need some changing, don't you think? Anyway, okay, now cut to the chase.
We will meet once again. We are.
Yeah, so that's how our general class people travel.
Are we here? This is where we're standing by the box for 10 hours. It's India. What do you do?
It stinks.
I know it stinks. I know it is.
And I think the problem is also with the longer duration trains, not? I mean, of course, short duration trains are no good if you go to the general category, but long duration trains, that's where the real challenge lies, because there are so many people and traveling such long, they're consuming stuff, using the washroom. You'll see the condition of the washroom. Just wait for that.
Oh my god, it's shit all over the floor. Oh, I just saw it. I just saw it.
How many of you have actually come across shit on the floor at an Indian Railways bathroom? Because I have. I remember like when I traveled for the first time in a train, I think it was from Kolkata to Delhi, and that's where I saw shit on the floor. Like honestly, I swore to myself I'm never ever gonna use the washroom. Of course, I've traveled in a train multiple times and I continue to do so, but the washroom is a no-go zone for me. So if it's a short duration train, no problem. and in the longer ones, well, it's hard, man.
Never make eye contact with the toilets in India. It's covered in shit. The worst part, they are some literal human shit all over the floor.
But there you go.
General class, covered in shit.
I didn't want to show this to you guys, but then this is the reality. We are beating our chest with how smooth the Vande Bharat Express is going, but not even batting an eye about issues like this. This is basic sanitation, guys. A disease ho sakta hai, matlab this is not okay, and people continue to use such toilets despite there being shit all over the floor. I mean, it's pretty horrific that this is happening even today as we are floating over these fast trains that are coming in that the general class can never afford to travel in.
Don't drop on me, don't drop somewhere else.
Yeah, that was me when I saw shit for the first time. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. So much of litter inside the bogie. That's...
There's a lot of rubbish here. Wow. Look at that pile.
And you won't be surprised about what happens to all of this.
Just threw rubbish at me.
There you go.
The guy that was sweeping in our compartment, he just came out here and just swept everything straight out the door. All the bottles, the rubbish from the compartment, straight out the door. Unbelievable.
If you've travelled to and fro Delhi via train, because I remember last year I took a train to Jaipur, and while entering Delhi, you come across, I think, Azad Nagar. Dude, I saw dead bull carcasses along the tracks, and the amount of garbage is unbelievable. It's like a heap, a mountain of trash which is there. What really shook me was I saw kids playing on that garbage heap. I was recently in Canada, I saw kids sliding down grass heaps. Out here I see kids sliding down heaps of garbage. कभी जाके देखो, वो जो रेलवे ट्रैक्स की साइड में जो जगह आप जाके देखो, तभी आप समझोगे मैं किस चीज के बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ. And I wonder why nobody is even willing to touch these areas. Like, what's really going on? Why doesn't anybody want to touch? Or even there's no conversation of the trash that lies along the railway tracks. Probably because it's a jurisdiction issue or what, I don't know. But come on, like there has to be somebody who's responsible for number one, cleaning up that mess, and number two, of course, like not trashing it. There was a couple of viral reels which showed railway folks, you know, the staff collecting garbage and just chucking it out of the window, and that's a reality which has just come out for all of us to see. Yeah, I mean that's the reality of how majority of the people in our railways travel, and I wish somebody sees this and tries to do something about it. Somebody's got to clean this up. We can't be Viksit Bharat if we are not cleaning our country up. Like the entire hype about Swachh Bharat mission is dead, unfortunately. Nothing like if you come out with a broom and swipe the streets one for photo ops, that's not Swachh Bharat mission. And that's not really happening. But yeah, that's the sorry state of our railways and the general people in our country.